What's up YouTube, it's GhostWriter15 here, and today's video is going to be what I think are the top 10 most broken cards in Go format. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off at number 10, I have Blade Knight. I think Blade Knight is one of the most broken cards in Go format, for a good reason. Being a 2k beater means that it's able to run over so many cards, and also its effect is able to shut down an entire mechanic, which is absolutely insane. People deck build differently because of this card. This card forces you to change the way you build your deck, and I think it's very powerful in the warrior deck. It's a light monster, so you're able to use it for BLS. This card definitely deserves to be on this list. Coming in at number 9, I have Rescue Cat. I think Rescue Cat is a really strong card. This card is responsible for some really nasty OTKs in this format. You're able to special summon 2 monsters, and if you have Last Will, you can do it again, so now you have a total of 4 monsters, and it's just absolutely insane. You're able to just do so much damage with your pandas that you summon from your deck, and they do piercing damage, so it's a lot of damage. Combining that with the burn damage that you already have to worry about, now it's just absolutely insane. So my number 8 pick is Cyberstein. I think Cyberstein is a really ignorant card in this format. Like, yeah, you pay 5,000, but does it really matter when you're gonna OTK your opponent anyway? Like, this card's so versatile. You can bring out literally any fusion monster in the whole format. It can bring out Gatling Dragon to destroy cards. It can bring out Ryu Senshi to stop traps. It can bring out Master of Oz to go for game. It's just a really powerful card. It's one of the most powerful cards I think in this format, and I consider it to be good enough to be on this list. For number 7, I have Ring of Destruction. I think Ring of Destruction is the best trap card in this format. Like, when you think of the definition of being able to steal games, this is it. This card has won me so many games that I shouldn't have won. Like, it's one of the few cards that can ignore card advantage, and also it's one of the few burn cards that actually does more than just burn. Like, it's usually burn cards go -1, but this is the exception. So I think this card is definitely the best trap card, so it should be on this list. Number 6 on my list is Dark Magician of Chaos, aka DMOC. This card is super good. It's able to get you any spell in the entire format from your graveyard, and just being able to recycle cards like Pot of Greed, Graceful, Duo is very strong. And it doesn't just activate on normal summon, you can also do it when it's special summoned. And another underrated effect that it has is that it can banish anything it destroys by battle. So you can get rid of cards like Sanguine or Sinister, and 2800 is nothing to laugh at in this format. So I think this card definitely deserves to be here. For number 5 on my list, I have Dimension Fusion. This card is really strong. You're able to bring back as many banished monsters from your banish zone as possible, and all you have to do is pay 2k, which is not a big price, especially if you're able to just destroy your opponent with it. When you're activating this card, you're usually winning the game that turn, or the game is swinging into your momentum. Usually when you use this card, you're bringing back cards like Jinzo and DMOC, which is a terrible combination to deal with. It's absolutely devastating, so I think this card belongs on this list. For number 4, I have Delinquent Duo. This is the first Trinity card to make it on my list so far, and I think this card can be absolutely devastating. Being able to rip 2 cards for your opponent's hand can just change the game so much, especially if it's turn 1. I do think it's the weakest of the Trinity, But even with that being said, it's still very powerful. Still one of the best cards in the format. It's been proven. There's been statistics to back it up that if you open this card turn one, you're able to win the duel the majority of the time. That's just how good it is, so I have to respect it and put it on this list. Number 3 on this list is Blackluster Shoulder, aka BLS. This monster is the best boss monster in this format. Like, you're able to banish anything face up or face down, doesn't matter, and you can attack twice. Having 3000 attack makes being able to attack twice so broken. This card just steals so many games, and it's so easy to summon. It doesn't even require your normal summon. All you need to do is banish a light or dark. If you're not playing this card, I don't know what you're doing. It's definitely a staple in anything that's playing light or dark monsters, and definitely the best monster in this format. Number 2 on my list is Graceful Charity. This card does so many things. You're able to draw 3 cards and then you discard 2 of them, which at first sounds kind of balanced, but when you think about it, it's actually not. You're able to discard cards like Night Assailant, Thunder Dragon, Sinister Serpent, so it doesn't even matter that you're discarding cards. And even if you're not able to discard cards like Night Assailant or Thunder Dragon or Sinister, you can still discard stuff like light or dark monsters for BLS or Chaos Sorcerer, or you can discard cards that are usually dead in certain matchups like Nobleman versus Warrior. This card does a lot for a lot of different decks, and I think it's definitely one of the best cards we have in this game. And finally, my number 1 pick for the most broken card in GOAT format. At number 1, I have Pot of Greed. I think Pot of Greed is the best spell in this game, the best Trinity piece. It's automatically a +1. It's never gonna be a dead card unless you literally have 2 cards or less in your deck, and it's always easy to activate. There's no restrictions, there's nothing. It's simply the best +1 this format has. I think for that reason, it's number 1 on this list. So that rounds up my list of my top 10 cards that I think are the most broken in GO format. If there's any cards that you disagree with or you think I missed on this list, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to subscribe. This is Ghostwriter 15 signing out.